This week on the grid, we have a tardy episode, which you'll see in a second, and then we also have Kaylee Greer, dog photographer, joining us with a cool Christmas gift for all dog lovers, dog photographers out there. And also we'll be joined by Terry White doing another holiday gear guide part 2. So and I'll start here in about 60 seconds.
The grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Oh, you can't go to this. You got to go to the other. You got to go to the other camera. You got to go to the other camera.
He's saying go to the other camera.
You got to go to the other camera.
To Scott's empty chair.
Yeah, there it is. That's the tardy episode of the grid. We are waiting on Scott Kelby to join us, but before Scott joins us, we have a special guest tuning in this week. So we have dog photographer Kaylee Greer over there on Skype. Hey, how's it going, Kaylee?
Hi, how are you, Erik? How you been?
I've been great. How about you?
Good. I was just doing this really professional thing where I was like adjusting my chair.
Oh,
this
yeah.
office chair drives me nuts, man. I'm always sinking in it. I can't stand it. Whoa,
You know, I'll tell you what, office chairs, they can drive you nuts. I'll tell you.
It's just one of those years. It's one of those weird years with all this weird technical stuff that we're all having to deal with.
I'm sure sales of office chairs have gone through the roof with people needing office chairs for their homes as well.
Good point. That's a really good point.
So
yeah,
maybe tomorrow you should go out and get yourself a new office chair. Who knows?
Did you? I think before the show you might have heard me say that that's what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Maybe.
ESP.
But we're not here to talk about office chairs. We're here to talk about you wrote a book, right? You had a new book out, right?
I wrote a book. Oh my gosh, I wrote a book. I can't believe it. I have it right here. I can't believe it. Oh,
and we have it. It's just over there where Scott was supposed to be.
Scott, womp. Listen, this
I
is
imagine at some point in the show, he's going to walk by the camera and go sit down over there. He might even walk by the camera pretty soon and just go and sit right over there. He might.
Okay. Well, maybe I should hold my thoughts until maybe that happens.
Hold your thoughts just about a minute. But yeah, so you wrote a book. We have it over on the other desk. I bet Scott will hold it up in just about 30 seconds. We'll see. But yeah, so everything's been going good on your side, huh?
Yeah, it's just been probably the weirdest year of all of our collective lives, so I imagine you can relate.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were supposed to be doing like a ton of traveling. We were supposed to be teaching workshops overseas. We had all kinds of crazy adventures booked, which is typically a pretty normal year for us and for dog birth photography. But this year, we've been grounded with the rest of the world. So instead, I wrote a book, which is the craziest thing I've ever done. The most impossible task that I felt would never be able to be accomplished. And it's funny that I say that when a man is sitting in that room who's written, I don't know, about 100 of them himself.
Right. He seems like he's always writing a book.
Yeah, I think that's
Actually, I think he always is writing a book.
Literally, ever since I've met him, he's been working on some kind of book. I mean, it's remarkable. It is the hardest thing that I've ever done. And I'm not sure if you could pay me all of the money on planet Earth to do it again because it was so incredibly hard. I think like writing, I have this like kind of colorful brain full of all these different ideas and all these tips and tricks and this knowledge that I've acquired and I've sort of gained over the last 10 years of photographing dogs professionally. And I felt like, okay, I have the store of knowledge, but how to organize all of it, how to put it into how to kind of like put it into chapters and make an outline and kind of basically organizing it all was the hardest part. And then beyond that, working through pulling photos from the last 10 years to match certain examples, I'm sure Scott can relate.
Oh, yeah.
Incredibly difficult. So anyway, all in all, it's done. I can't believe it. It was almost not going to come out this year, because like everything else on planet Earth right now, it's, due to COVID timelines.
Oh, yes. We've gone through that with a bunch of our books this year,
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a mystery. Well, we are Scott is here. He has your book.
Yay!
However, as you can see, I wasn't lying. There's the book right over there. But I think that Scott is not able to hear you yet, so we're working on that. So
It's all good. No
Unfortunately,
worries.
Yeah. So.
No worries,
But yeah,
brother.
Tell us a little bit about the book. Like, who's it? Like, who would you say it's for? You know.
So it's called Dogtography, and Knock Your Socks Off Guide to Capturing the Best Dog Photos on Earth. And so it's basically a sort of a compendium of all of my sort of knowledge that I have come to share about photographing dogs in general, whether it's professionally, whether you want to be a professional dog photographer yourself,
Right.
whether maybe you're a professional already, but it's maybe a service you want to start to add to your kind of roster of things that you can offer your clients. So you want to add dogs into the mix. If you just want to add dogs into your family portrait sessions, but you really don't know how to work with them, or you're really uncomfortable with them, kind of the energy of how to work with a dog on a photo shoot, it's for you. It's also for people who just want to take maybe better photos of their own dogs. So maybe it's even just with their iPhones. It's not necessarily DSLR or fancy gear or equipment specific. It does go into a lot of that stuff, but also if you're just somebody who wants to take a better photo of a dog in general, it kind of is for you. It's pretty. It's been pretty well fit to lots of different types of people.
Well, that's
I'm thinking
cool.
in
Yeah,
my chair.
I think that's what a couple things in there. Like I could definitely relate to is I think there's a lot of people who. Their pets are an extension of their family, so putting them into the family photos is a big deal for a lot of people. So being able to learn that as a photographer and be able to do that and offer that as a service, I think it would be a big plus to a lot of portrait photographers, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just having like extra tools in your toolbox. You know what I mean? So even if it's
Exactly.
not your absolute specialty, it's still a really important skill to have because, like you said, like pets are a massive part of people's families, and it's a huge industry, and it's growing all the time. It's one of the fastest growing industries in the U.S. in the world, the pet industry. So having some of that knowledge up your sleeve is not a bad thing to have.
Well, and especially like you also said on the other side of it, if you are somebody who you're an amateur with it, using your phone, the same techniques and principles probably apply, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I mean, because people sometimes they look at my imagery and they say like, oh, are these all magical dogs from a magical land? Like, why are they all sitting still and looking at the camera? My dog would never do that, So I don't know. Here's like an example from the book. There's a guy right here. I photographed him on a mountain in New Zealand, and it looks like, oh, this dog is so perfect, right? But that's actually a puppy, and that puppy is a puppy, and so he's running around and he's bounding up and down, the location, and he's peeing on things and he's eating cool stuff because that's what puppies do. So it's all about those kind of. There's one chapter in the book called "Dirty Little Secrets," and it's all of those little tips and tricks that I've kind of compiled to get dogs to kind of do what you need them to do for a photo. So it's like, using sort of special high value treats. Different sounds, all the different types of sounds that I'll use on a shoot to say get a dog to perk his ears up, and look right at you with a little head tilt. There's all kinds of really like cool little secrets like that I've sort of held in the back of my mind for a long time, hoping to get to kind of share them all in one place one day. And now I have them all shared in one place. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I mean that's definitely those little secrets. I think that's what. That's the thing that people will get the most. We talk about that a lot on the grid. It's those little secrets that photographers know with that experience. And I think now Scott can hear us too. So I think
yes,
Scott can,
I can. Kaylee,
tell us all about his dirty little secrets.
Heyo.
It's so good to hear your voice. So just to break the fourth wall a little for everyone watching, I can't see Scott and Erik, but I can hear you, and maybe you can see me. I don't know.
Well, we can. We absolutely see you. And I just want to let you know that even though you can't see me, Kaylee, I look devastatingly handsome today.
Oh, I figured.
You can ask Erik. I mean, Erik, I'm serious. I'm in full bloom today.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
The
that's
red
always the way I
jacket
envision
maxes the red hair.
Yeah, and I got
It's
a
great.
cool like Ernie Ball guitar shirt on and a hat.
Pretty sweet.
So Kaylee, here's what happened. The reason I'm late is it's based on stupidity. So I'm at the house, we work from home, right? We come in for this. So I'm at the house and I'm talking to Calibra and we're just chatting about stuff and I'm like doing emails and all this stuff and I look up and I go, I'm supposed to be on the grid in 15 minutes. I slam my laptop shut and I don't live 15 minutes from here. I live 22 minutes from here.
See?
So
The
even
math
driving
doesn't work out.
fast, yeah. So that's where I was, and so it's a legitimate yet stupid reason, and that's why I'm like wearing a hat and I have my stupid red coat on, because I didn't.
Oh
really,
man, I wish I could see the stupid red coat.
it's stupid. It's stupid. I'm stupid. So anyway, but Kaylee, it sure is great to see you, and thank you so much.
you.
First off, I love your mic. Your mic is fantastic. It's the greatest mic. It's the mic I dream of.
Is it really the mic?
Yeah.
So when
That's
we
the
moved,
Shure, yeah.
Sam was like, it's, COVID time. You've been doing a lot of podcasts. You got to do a lot of stuff from home now. And he's like, I'm going to get this fancy mic. It's a good one, I swear. And I was like, how much is that mic? And he was like, how much was this mic? $300.
Oh, it's not $300. It's more than that. It's like
He's like,
$399.
yeah, it's $300.
Yeah, it's $399. So yeah, it's $300.
But I don't know, Scott, now that you've complimented it, it might be worth all the money we spent on it. So thank you.
It's really good. Hey, but it's not as good as your book. Your book is outstanding. And now,
thank you.
Your book also has the rarest thing. People don't know that don't write books how virtually impossible it is to have a 5-star rating on Amazon on a book. Because what happens with books are people either love them or it's the worst book ever written and never should have been done. And so people don't give you 3-star reviews. Nobody gives you a 3-star review in this day and age. It's the worst or it's the best, and everybody agrees yours is the best. Your photos are just look. Even if you don't care a lick about dog photography, but you love dogs like me, I've got a super wonder dog, but we have a Belgian Tervuren that is it's totally turned me into a dog person. I always liked dogs. But that dog has made me I love dogs now. I'm all about the dog. And
love that. It makes me happy.
And she is the sweetest thing. She's just a miracle. Anyway, but even if you're just a dog lover and you don't care anything about photography, you're not going to find a book with better dog photography, period, than this book. Just the photos themselves are just fantastic. And if you want to learn dog photography, there is no one better on the planet. So you will be getting the first book. You got to order it today. You need to order it today. It's in stock on December 19th, right? Is that what I saw?
I think so. Well, I got the craziest email the other day from the publisher going, they didn't say holy crap, but I'll paraphrase and say, holy crap, Kaylee, I can't believe this, but we basically sold out of the first print run, which is not terribly common to happen so quickly because it's only been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hey,
so it was crazy.
It's not just the time frame. Most books never go to a second print run, ever.
Yeah. Wow.
Getting a second print run anytime after a year, after 18 months is oh my gosh, we're going to run another print run? So you selling out in 2 weeks is just a testament to how great the book is. So
that means a lot.
Everybody that's watching, go order it right now, or you can have it here for Christmas. And even if you get it after Christmas or get somebody an Amazon gift, there is no way they're not going to love this book. And it's thick. You worked hard on this. This is thicker than I do books.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny, Scott, because they had to cut out 2 chapters. So when I turned in the manuscript originally, they said, Kaylee, this is all well and good. This is great. It's wonderful, but it's really way too long. This book is going to be 600 pages. If we print it as it is, we have to cut some stuff out. Yeah, and it was gutted. I felt sick to my stomach because it was my little babies. All the chapters were my little babies. So I had to go through and really play, make some tough decisions and pull out some stuff. And most of the stuff I pulled out was it was the extraneous bits, it was the fluffy stuff. So they knew what they're doing because they're we're not going to be able to sell a book 600 pages. It's so illogical.
I know, but it's the way it is. And Kaylee, there was a time where the publishers, and this is going back, when I first started writing, they needed you to hit a page count. They would say, all right, we need 300, we need 400. They would tell you what you need, and you had to fill it in. Now they're is there any way you could do this in 50 pages? They don't, paper has become tremendously expensive, and the readers don't want 600-page books.
Yeah, so, that's the thing. And carrying it around, it's a giant brick, if it's that big. So they did an awesome job.
Perfect. I love the size of the, there he goes. I love the size of the book. It's a great size. It sits really nicely on your desk. It's just, oh gosh, every page is an amazing picture. Seriously, you are the queen of Actually, we're going to make you the queen and king because I don't know any guys that shoot like you do for dogs. We're going to make you all of the royalty of dog photography. You're going to take it all. You are the king and the queen and the princess of dog photography.
I'd like to be that. All the royalty all at once. That's so exciting for me.
You should take it all. Now, so this is our Holiday Gear Guide 2 show. So this is the first one. Now, I mentioned it last week on the show. We're mentioning it again this week. So this is the only gift to make both gear guides.
Oh, boy.
But that's
Thank
why
you.
we wanted to have you on and be able for people to meet you and see how awesome you are just as a person. When they see the book and see the pictures, they're going to fall in love with you even more. You're the very best, and we're very glad that you took a few minutes to come and be on the show. You are awesome. Hey, give Sam a high five for me. You know, I got a man crush on him.
Oh, I know. You know what? I'm giving it to him because he's like right over there. High
right.
five to you, Sam. And I know I have a man crush on him too.
Yeah, and also you got a really good taste in mics as well. So
Thank you.
he just always, that's what you get when you get a musician buying your mic. They're no, the mic matters, right?
They're like, it's only $300. Don't worry.
If you get it from Erik, Erik's like, we can use this AKG that's like $199. But as a musician, you're like, because Sam's thinking at some point I'm going to be singing into that thing. It's got to be really good.
Yeah, that was probably the motivation behind it. I have one thing to show you before I go.
Oh, please
because
do.
you said you have a Belgian Tervuren.
Yes.
And this is a Belgian Tervuren in the book.
Oh,
Isn't
what
she
a little
beautiful?
sweetie. Oh,
I just had to show you that. I just had to show you.
Thank you.
One day, Scott, maybe it'll be your Belgian Tervuren in my next book if you let me photograph her.
Nothing would make me and Calibra happier than to have you photograph the super dog. And she's sweet. She's so sweet. She is just the sweetest, most loving. That dog wants to hug you I got so many pictures of Calibra, and the dog is hugging her like she's a child. Like she gets in there, she snuggles in, and she just, she's just the sweetest.
They're so beautiful. They're such amazing creatures. I'm so grateful to get to hang out with them every single day and make photo magic with them. I feel so lucky, and it's pretty rad. I got to write a book, and so that exists. And I say that to the man who wrote 100 or plus. I don't know. How many books have you written now, Scott?
Right around 100. It's a lot.
Holy mackerel. I can't even imagine like the fits of absolute like self-doubt, crippling self-doubt that this threw me into. I can't even imagine 100. You, sir, are a superhero and a rock star.
It's time. That self-doubt is times 100. Every time you write a book, it's like, it's got to be good. You don't want to write a book that's trash. Every time I write a book, I want it to be great. And you felt the pressure of delivering for people that expect a great book, right? You don't want to let your publishers down. You don't want to let your readers down. You don't want to let your fans down. You let nobody down. You hit it out of the park.
Thank you. You're so kind. Thank you for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. Go get this book, everyone. It's good.
I'll see you later, guys. I'll see you later.
This is obviously the hottest gift of the season. You can't even get it. You can get a lot of gifts on Amazon. This one's sold out. Go order it now so you can get it before you get it. But Kaylee is so great. All right. So Terry White, what would he be? He would be the
Lord of...
Yeah, there's another name, though. What is it? It's the Duke. The Duke of Holiday Gifts.
The Duke of Holiday Gifts.
Terry White, the Duke of Gifts, is coming up after this break. Terry always has that stuff. Terry's cost me more money than any person on the planet because Terry will just send me an Amazon link and go, dude, you got to get this. This is really cool. But if he says it's really good, it is always really good. His stuff. And he comes up with stuff that you don't know where he comes from. It. Yesterday, he's telling me about a new doorbell that's better than my Ring doorbell. And now I'm like,
oh, now I got to get that.
Yeah, but it's like, it's HomeKit native and all this. And now I'm like, oh, crap, I got to get that and all. But seriously, I can't imagine what my life would be like if I didn't know Terry. None of my stuff would work, but I would have, because I would have very little of it. Terry, all of your stuff works and you have tons of it. You live in the tech world. He's got a smart home. And I think, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding, I think he has 150 smart devices.
Wow.
Like he has everything. Like he wakes up in the morning and says morning, and it's like that a train comes out and makes his coffee. I'm not kidding. You can't believe the stuff that he has automated. It's just his whole life is automated. I think Terry could be like those people in that movie. What was it? The Disney movie where they're on the spaceship. It was a robot.
I don't know.
Wally?
Wally.
Yeah, there was these people living in the spaceship that never did anything. Terry can just sit there and say, TV, do the dishes, mow the lawn. He's got a Roomba. He's got multiple Roombas cleaning all the time. He has robots. Terry's got robots. That's the truth. He's from an alien planet.
Yeah.
And you're going to get to meet him in just a minute right after this break. And we got some shout outs and we got some giveaways. Have we done the giveaways yet?
No, we haven't.
We'll talk about all that stuff when we come back.
About that.
And look how small I am compared to Erik. Look, put us side by side.
There it is.
I'm Tiny Scott. Hey, hi. Tiny Scott.
I bet they can fix that.
No, they can't. They never do. We'll be right back after the break. Don't go away.
I'm Bob Holmes. I've been a photographer now for over 40 years, and I've worked for many of the world's great magazines, National Geographic, Time, Life. So I've had a tremendous depth of experience covering all different kinds of situations. I'd redesigned this course. We're calling it a working class because you will be accompanying me into the field, looking at a real assignment and dealing with problems that always occur on assignments. However smoothly you think things are going to go, things go wrong. And you have to think on your feet and deal with them. And the other thing we'll inevitably be looking at is how to deal with people and how to react with people and get the best out of them to make your photographs successful. So come along with us, see exactly how I work in the field, and hopefully you'll emerge from this course as a far better photographer.
Bonjour, mesdames et messieurs. My name is Sir Germany. I'm a French photographer living in Los Angeles, California, and I'm a fine art artist. I love Sneak Peek because you can host all your photos online. You can share the best one through albums with incredible privacy settings. For example, you can just share an album to like 3 people or for just a number of hours. They have amazing watermarking on the fly where you can just change your mind and watermark and redo the watermark or take it out and it's instant on all your photos. Having an official portfolio is so vital today. Now they have an amazing launching deal where for just taking the basic subscription we're offering now, which is roughly $15 a month, you're gonna get a professional designer to do your website for you. All you have to do is fill in a form with a few data and you're good to go. A designer will design your website for you. So if you don't like web design, this is a great opportunity. I think we're better off taking photos and learning how to do HTML and CSS and getting the most perfect website ever. I mean, even if you were to go the route of WordPress, which I did for many years, having a WordPress is free, but you need to host a WordPress. And a good hosting service is between $10 to $20 a month. So all you have to do is click the link below and get the offer. You will get the special price, which is 50% off for the first year, but you're gonna get it for life. So get it now. I love my Sneak Peek website. I love the business that it drives me, and I want the same success for you. Get it now.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey everybody, we are back. Scott Kelby here with Erik Kuna. In just a moment, we're going to be joined by the amazing Terry White, the super gift guy guru. He's the gift guru.
Yeah, the gift guru. There you go.
The Duke of Gifts and the gift guru. So he's coming up in just a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, real quickly, I got to
though.
Oh, what? Yeah.
No, we got tons of prizes that we have to give away.
Oh yeah, do the prizes, and I got a thing.
Yeah.
All right,
so
go ahead.
we're giving away a platypod gooseneck this week. I don't know if you got them over there, Scott.
I'm goosing. Yep.
Yep. We got some platypod gooseneck. So you can actually see on the desk there, you got the gooseneck attached to the platypod. And then on that, we're actually giving away a Lytra 2.0 light. So we got the Lytra 2.0. Then we're giving away a copy of Scott's digital photography book. Then we're also giving away a copy of Boris Effects the Optics. So Boris Effects Optics, which is a really cool plugin.
That is right there. Boris Effects Optics. That should be a holiday gift guide thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, that stuff is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy what it could do. And, it's one of those things where it's those things that other plugins can't do.
Yeah.
It's more like effects type plugins.
Yeah, like lens flares and solar effects and bleeds and all this stuff.
And rendering a lot of things, too.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? You really just said it. Like a lot of plugins do the same thing. They do tonal stuff and they do this and that. But it is unique. Because really, what they did was they went to the video world where they've been making effects for video for many years and go, Well, man, I bet still photographers would love effects like this, and so it's way better than I think than anybody realizes.
And it'll save a lot of time because some of those effects, we can do in Photoshop and it spends hours doing them.
Yep, and you have to know how to do it. You have to
you have to learn how to do it. Where it's really cool, where you can just like one click and be like, oh, that's realistic lightning. Or, oh, that's realistic sun flare.
Yeah. One thing I complain about, and I complain about this loudly, is that there are apps that you can get for your phone that do amazing things.
Yeah.
But then you get to Photoshop, which is the king of all these things, and you're like, can we do some really cool lens flare effects?
It's hard.
You have to know how to do it. It's like, well, isn't there just a collection of them that I can just drop? Nope. But that's what Boris Effects does.
They have a lot of the lighting
They've
effects.
got all these lighting effects and things that are just
and
really
you're right.
neat.
It's those things where I have those 99-cent, $2.99 apps on my phone that'll do an awesome lens flare.
Yep.
Like, to the point of which sometimes I'll take a photo from Photoshop over to my phone to apply the effect, because I'm like, it'll take me 2 seconds over on the phone, and it would take me 20 minutes inside of Photoshop to make it look like that.
Right, the problem is that your phone doesn't want to do a 30 megapixel, shot.
It does.
Yeah, but anyway, but so they do that stuff. They do atmospheric type effects, and
definitely.
so anyway,
So we're giving away one of those.
I'm making it one of my picks for my gear on my gear show today. I'm making Boris Effects,
and I believe there's a discount on it right now, but I could be wrong.
At this time of year, I'm going to think yes. Slick Pick Portfolio, did you mention that?
Yes. The Slick Pick Portfolio accounts we're also giving away. That's where you can get your portfolio designed by a professional graphic designer. You don't have to, like Scott, I know, didn't use one, but you can. It is a service that they offer. And the other thing that's so cool about them is it's designed specifically for photographers. So this is like a photographer site. It's not something where you're doing other things. It's just for photographers.
It is surprising how many portfolio sites are designed for designers.
Yes.
Like they're made for graphic designers or illustrators. And then, you can use it for photography, but that's not really what it was designed for, so.
And then we're also giving away a copy of Kaylee's new book, The Dogtography.
Dogtography. Yeah.
So,
Now, how do they enter?
Just got to leave us a comment. So just whatever platform you're on, just leave us a comment. Tell us what you want to win, or just say hi, or tell us where you're from. Or if you got a question, ask a question. And especially with the gear we bring up today, if there's any question, just ask us.
All right, I got a thing.
Yeah.
You guys have my screen? Okay. So that's not my screen?
That's mine.
That's not my screen.
You took mine.
Oh, well, go ahead and do yours now that they took yours.
Well, okay. So one of the things that's coming up, and we've been talking about it a lot on the Kelby One community, is there's going to be a convergence of two planets. So we've got Jupiter and we've got Saturn converging. And this hasn't happened since the Middle Ages.
Wait a minute. You sure it's not when Jupiter aligns with Mars?
No. It's not that.
Okay.
But I got it. I got the reference.
Because when that happens,
yes.
Peace comes to the planets.
So
love will fill the stars.
So anyways, these two are going to converge. It's called like the Christmas star. So basically these two planets converge. It's going to happen on the 21st. And one of the things that a lot of people are getting into is astrophotography, Milky Way photography, nebula photography, that kind of stuff. And this is a cool device that I recommend people starting out in this to get, because it's cost effective. It's only a couple $100 versus the ones that are $600, $700, $800. And it's really small, lightweight, and portable. So it's just this little, it's a rotator.
Oh, that's nice and compact.
So it's called the Move Shoot Move rotator. It's a couple $100. And what you do is you attach
it's called the what?
Move Shoot Move rotator.
Oh, I thought you said Mushu, like Mushu pork. And I'm thinking, I'll take two.
So you can actually go over to moveshootmove.com. And basically what it's doing is it's spinning, it's counteracting the rotation of the Earth. So the rotation of the sky, the rotation of the sky based on the rotation of the Earth. So the Earth always rotates, so the planets are always rotating, so the Milky Way is always rotating, and we have to counteract that. So that's what these things do. So if you're wanting to get into that and get those longer exposures, or even telephoto exposures, this is the device, because this is a great entry level into it. And I can tell you that people are really getting into, shooting this stuff, and this is just one of those devices you need to really counteract that rotation of the Earth. So
Well,
there
that's
you
a
go.
good gift guide idea. It's a
Yeah, if
couple
you've
$100
got somebody that's like really into this stuff, but they haven't got into it to the point of investing into this kind of gear, this is a great starting point. Yeah, I mean, there's a black hole of this. If then you could start getting down and you're buying the
But that's everything.
$1,500.
That's everything in photography.
Everything in
Every
photography.
genre has
But
its
you want to
stuff.
start. You do want to start here because here's the thing. I do this. I do a lot of this. I use this device for my Milky Way landscapes because it's compact. It's lightweight. If I get into doing deeper space stuff, I don't use this. This is not. It's not heavy duty enough to do the deep space stuff.
Deep space.
But it is heavy enough to do like a 200 millimeter, 150
Like you could do
millimeter.
Deep Space 4 or 5, but you can't do Deep Space 9.
Correct. You're not going to get to Deep Space 9 because nobody wants to get to Deep Space 9.
No one wants to get to Deep Space 9 anymore.
So there you go. That's mine.
All right.
Now we can flip to your screen, which
Okay.
is not my screen.
Okay, can we see my screen? Do you see my screen? It's not my screen.
Oh, that's not.
That's my
Oh, there it
screen.
is.
All right, so listen, this is not a gift idea. This is just a good deed you can do. So you guys are probably very familiar, well, I hope you're familiar with Tim Wallace. So Tim Wallace is my hero of car photography. He's just incredible. And he gets to shoot these amazing Ferraris and just crazy, just every kind of exotic car you can think of. And he's done a bunch of work for Jaguar and for Aston Martin. And anyway, so two of his photos are in the finals for the British Photography Awards. And this is one of them. Look at this shot. It's like a Ferrari and it's a Batman at the same time. Are you seeing this, Erik? Look at this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I've seen this shot. I actually read about it today. It's awesome.
Yeah, so
it's awesome.
So two of his shots right now are but it's a public vote. So you can go and vote for Tim's car shots to win, and he has two of them in there. If you go to anywhere that I'm on social, go to my Facebook page, go to my LinkedIn page, go to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I wrote about it today, and I have a direct link where you can go and vote. And you just scroll down the page to the bottom. It's going to tell you I've already voted. You have already voted in this category. So you can only vote once. So it's a single vote. But so worth doing. Tim is so great. I would love to see him win this. He's so deserving, and he's one of those guys that's out there really helping the community and helping people learn automotive photography. He's got a bunch of classes here in Kelby 1, but besides that, he's just an awesome guy and just a brilliant photographer and just a neat guy. So if you want to help him out, and I hope that you will, if you support Tim and what he does, go to any one of my things and you can find it. Or you can probably go to BritishPhotographyAwards.org and look for the 2021 shortlist. So he's shortlisted for that, and he's in the commercial product field. Let me just see if I can get there from here. Yeah, so go to BritishPhotographyAwards.org/2021-shortlist. And the shortlist is one word. And then click on commercial. I think it's commercial product. And there he is. There, I mean, man, that is just a great shot. His other shot is also very nice. This one, look at this beautiful McLaren. And look at the lighting on there. It's just so subtle and so beautiful. And anyway, so we're big fans of his, obviously. So go check him out. And give them a vote, and you just click, and that's it. You just boom, you're voted, and boom. And make that sound too. It helps. Okay, we understand that Terry, the Duke of Giving, the Prince of Prizes. Hey, Terry, and he's up in the mountains, which is nice.
Look at that. He's all the way in Iceland.
Hey,
Wow. Is it cold there, Terry?
how's it going? Actually, that's the wrong location. Wait, I'm going to transport. Here we go. Boom, there I am.
Wow. Wow, that's cool. That way you put that up there in the middle of the mountains. This little backdrop.
Yeah, I know.
And now he's this camera's above him, looking down, and he's laying on the ground.
Yeah, you're laying on the
just laying
ground.
down, looking around at all the gear. It's kind of cool.
Well, good to see you, Terry. You're looking good, man.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it is great to be here.
Terry,
It's great to be anywhere.
we've been telling everybody about you before you got here.
No, don't do that.
Oh no, it's all good
then
stuff.
they won't watch.
No, they will watch. That's why they're going to watch, because you are the Duke of holiday gear. So, and you always come up with the coolest stuff. I was talking about how much money I've spent because of you. that I get these Amazon links. Dude, you got to get this. I talked about, is it true? Because I gave this statistic and I want to make sure I'm right. Is it 150 gadgets in your house that are smart home stuff?
Close enough.
I'm close, right? It's around 150.
Close enough.
I could be off by a few. But we were talking about how...
it's in the 140s of smart home
140s.
connected things.
All right. So we talked about how
close
in the
enough.
morning, like a little train goes and it like pours your coffee and it's all automated. And
Sure, that's exactly what happens.
Drives to the bedroom and brings it to you. And then Roombas are going around and they're redecorating and stuff. Anyway, so Terry, what do you got for us? I'm excited to see your gear guide stuff. Is always the best. So what do you got?
Well, I got like one really like my favorite thing. But before I get to that, I'm just gonna bounce off a couple of things that really like shocked me at how well they work for the money. Because, hey, let's face it, it's a pandemic. Lots of people aren't working. Lots of people aren't getting the photography gigs they usually would get. Lots of people are just like worried about making a living just to put food on the table. So this year, I'm not going to make you spend a lot of money on gear, money that we may not even have right now. But if you're looking for a low cost speed light, we already know about the Young Newell. So I've got a Young Newell right here. They're like under $100, whereas the camera manufacturer speed lights are like 300, 400, 500, 600 or more. So I just got a newer one of these recently. It's the Young Newell 560, I guess version 3. That's
new.
Roman numeral 3 after that. Yeah, this is a new one. And what makes this one, and again, it's still under $100. It's like in the 70s or 80s. What makes this one better than my other $70 Young Newells is that this one actually has a radio controller built in it, a radio receiver. And when you couple it with, I didn't even know this existed till recently, the Young Newell 560 TX2 flash controller on top of your camera, you can wirelessly fire this. That's it. So both of these together, I think we're under $200. Wow. And again, to do that with your manufacturer, like, Canon, Nikon, whoever, you're going to be spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more dollars. At the end of the day, what are you trying to get? A bright flash of light. I haven't seen one of these yet that doesn't do a bright flash of light. And the second thing is that you want it to be consistent. I have yet to have this misfire. So I'm blown away with what you can get for under $200. And of course, you only need one of these. You can buy as many of these as you need and group them together. Now, I shoot portraits, and I haven't done really any portrait shoots since COVID, but one of the things I saw when I was buying these two pieces was, I'm a fan of Westcott. I kind of debuted the Rapid Box, the 26-inch Octa. It's still my favorite travel softbox. But what if I don't want to travel with a softbox? Like, what if I literally just, I'm not really going to do a portrait shoot, but maybe I'll take a portrait while I'm there. Maybe I'll shoot a friend. Maybe I'll photograph, someone in passing. Maybe I'll shoot for stock. But I don't want to carry any gear. So, mirrorless camera, Young Newell, controller, and this. I never even heard of this company before, Altura. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these. I like this. I've never heard of this company. If you would have asked me 20 minutes ago, what's the name of that thing you're going to show on the grid? I wouldn't have been able to tell you because I don't know the name of this company. But the Altura photo, what's in this bag, you may be asking?
Terry, what's in that bag?
Thank you.
Show us what's in that bag.
What's in that bag?
There we go. It's a flat, expandable little softbox. It's about a foot wide for your speed light. So basically just take this. It comes with everything you need, including the little elastic band that goes around it. And I've only assembled this once just to see what it was like. And you've now got a portable portrait studio. Now, is this as good as my 26-inch or 56-inch Octabanks? No. Is it better than just this? Absolutely.
Yeah. Big time.
This is going to
Big
give you a
time.
much softer, better looking shot for not having to carry as much gear. So I can fold this down, fold this up, put this back in the case, put this all in my backpack, and never even know I have it until I need it.
How much is
So
that, Terry? Do you know?
oh God, hang on, I will find it. It was very cheap. It was because I was going for the cheap this year because again, for all the reasons I said. This was, let's go to my orders. I ordered it a while ago, so it shouldn't take me too long to scroll. Oh, well, it's my Amazon, so it takes me a while to scroll through. But it was like, okay, let me ask you this.
Oh,
What do you think
I think
it
I
costs?
found it. I think I found it. It's $12.
All right, I found it.
$12.99.
No, it's more than
No,
that.
no, that's the 6x5.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Yeah.
you want the bigger
11 by
one.
8 is $21.99.
Man, that's cheap.
$20.
Now, what's funny, Terry, is
less than, yeah.
I actually found these guys too. So
okay.
I found them, and during the Flash conference, I actually showed in my accessories class the actual Altura photo. I'd never heard of them before either. But look, the smaller
heard of
one, the smaller one that's
Yeah.
6x5. Ready?
Yeah.
It has 3,242 reviews, and it's 4.5 stars.
Which you got to be doing something on
They gotta
Amazon.
be- yeah, that's crazy.
Over 4 stars.
And it's Amazon's choice. So it's this one right here,
Yep.
right? It's Amazon's choice. And there it is. Look, you last purchased this item. And I bought it because I read an article where it was recommending it. I'm like, really? It's just like what you said, Terry. It's not like having a real softbox, but it's 1,000 times better than
just
not
a
having
million
one.
times.
Right,
That's
just
like
a bare
nothing.
flash.
Not having a softbox
Or
at
even
all.
having like
And that's what
what do you put the diffuser cap over? Those caps aren't worth the
right,
darn.
yeah.
But
So, and this is what I
this is
usually tell
actually
people.
pretty
just
decent.
Well, that's what Dan's
as
asking
as an
here.
educational thing, when you look at your speed light, this is the way it comes. It's just bright light. Well, you got this that pops out usually that'll diffuse it a little. And then depending on the light, it may even have a bounce card in it. I think this one does. If I can get the bounce card
I can
to
answer
pop
Dan's
up.
question there
Yeah.
in just a second.
Yeah, but there's a bounce card that pops up, a little plastic card to
Yep.
bounce it off. And then there's a dome that goes over it.
Right.
Now, imagine if you combined all those things and this.
Yeah.
You're going to have some really nice light.
Yeah, I would put
Small,
the
but nice.
bounce. I mean, I would not the bounce card. I would put the diffuser on and then
Yep.
put that on. The diffuser doesn't do much by itself, but if you put that with
No.
a softbox, if it only makes it 15% better, it's 15%
All you're
better.
doing is just stacking
You're
up to
building up.
diffuse the light.
Diffusion,
You're
yeah.
just because, like Terry said, it's just a bright flash of light. All you're doing is just diffusing a bright flash
All
of
right,
light.
so Dan's got a question.
Yeah,
Terry.
Dan's asking, but how does this small softbox compare to, say, a Magmod Magsphere?
So Dan, I have the MagSphere, and I really,
I
really
don't
like
know.
it.
I've never had one.
I've got one. So let me tell you what the difference is. The MagSphere isn't directional like this thing is. The MagSphere kind of goes everywhere, which is part of its charm. It actually works well if you're in a situation where you can't use a softbox. So if you said, Scott, you can do a portrait with that Terry softbox or the MagSphere, I would hands down go with Terry's because I can create shadows and depth and dimension. What the MagSphere does is it doesn't create shadows, depth, and dimension. It just diffuses your light. It kind of sends it all over, but it does it in a nice way. I think the MagSphere is probably the best one of those. I have to have my flash on my camera kind of thing, right? But if you can get your flash off your camera, which is what Terry's talking about with the transmitter, and then you use that
Right.
pop-up flash, you're going to make a much better portrait from that pop-up flash. But remember, we're
Yeah,
talking
it's-
about event coverage versus making a portrait.
Right,
Terry's
and
softbox
keep
will
in
make a better
mind,
portrait.
I'm talking about, this is like just to always have with me. This isn't I'm packing gear to go somewhere for a
Right.
shoot. Then it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
This is just to have something in my bag
Just in case.
I run into an opportunity where I want to shoot something. And also that means that I'm not going to have a light stand. I'm not going to have something to mount this on.
You need
so,
a friend.
because this is lightweight, I can literally hold it above the subject and fire.
Yeah, you
So,
can do that.
or mount it somewhere if you've got like a platypod mount or something to mount it on or strap it to.
So anyway, I think that's a really that's a great gear guide one right there. And I hope that answers Dan's question. They're different. They're not, it's not A or B. One is for making portraits and one is for diffusing your light. to get good shots of people, but I wouldn't think of it as I'm going to do loop lighting. I'm going to do butterfly lighting. You're not using lighting patterns with that globulous mag thing.
No. You're
not like, hey, it's
I don't have
Rembrandt
that
lighting
one,
type.
yeah.
You're not going to do that.
Right.
It's really good. Don't get me wrong. That mag sphere is fantastic in the right
You're
situation.
just saying the different situations, yeah.
Right, yeah. Like I would use that at the reception of a wedding where you wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, the mag sphere would rock there.
But
the mag sphere.
I love what Terry's saying to this one is that it's so small. I mean, that could slide into like your laptop section. You know, your camera bag always has like a laptop section. It could go right next to your laptop. Yep. And it's just always there.
Yes.
As you know, that's how I am with that backpack. I always got something.
Everything is in there.
Man, I wish I had a diffuser for my flash.
Wish I had,
oh,
right.
yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and again, those two items are, maybe not the flash every day if I go somewhere, but if I keep stuff in the backpack that I normally travel with, then it's going to be that flash, that speed light, that trigger, and that little flat softbox. So it just slides right in next to my laptop, so I don't even know it's there.
All right. Well, Mr. Terry, what else you got for us today?
I do have one more thing.
Ooh.
Trying to get to the link so I can give it to the people in the chat as well.
Is this like when Steve Jobs used to walk out on stage and go, oh, wait, there's one more thing?
It won't be as good as his.
You're not introducing an iPhone, are you?
I'm not introducing an iPhone, but it will be good. Okay. So last year and probably the year before that, I've shown you guys like my favorite portable. This is for phones now. We're talking about phone shooting. My phone photography. Yes. My favorite portable tripod for phones, and that's this one. It's by Archon Mounts. Archon, the name's right there. Archon.
I have that Archon.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah, and it wraps around stuff. You bend it. It's great. It holds like any size phone. It can be portrait, landscape. It's great, except for when you didn't bring it.
Because it's too big and it can't fit in the bag.
It's too big.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You're not going to go there. So imagine if you could have, because all tripods are designed for one thing. They're designed to steady your camera. So imagine if you could steady your phone with something you could always have with you without carrying any extra bags or anything. I first saw this
like as big as a credit card, maybe like a little thicker than a credit card. That'd be awesome.
I saw this first on Instagram, and I skeptical, like maybe. All right, okay. It looks good. They got a good video. I will go check it out. I ordered a couple, and when it came in, first of all, I was blown away by just the packaging alone. Like very custom, well-designed packaging with all the instructions and everything you needed, even all kinds of what I'm about to show you, accessories to go with it. First and foremost, it was I thought it was overpriced at first, but definitely worth the money. And then when I actually saw what it was, and Kuna kind of gave it away, it's this. This is my wallet, not the credit card, but the thing behind the credit card. This right here.
That's it.
This is it. It's called look at it. That's how thin it is. Goes in the wallet in a credit card slot. I had it sticking up just so I could easily pull it out. But it's called the Pocket Tripod Pro. All right.
I got to see this
starts with a credit card.
Oh, it's so cool.
Flip it around. So now it's a V or a Y or whatever. Then flip it up. Now you've got this. Take your phone, mount it either way. Tall, wide, frontwards, backwards, any way you want. And it comes with these discs in the middle. It comes with like 10 sets of these for all different size phones and cases. So in other words, you're not going to have a case that, oh, my case is too thin or my phone's too thick or whatever. They've got you covered. And if they don't have one that came with it, you can ask for the one that would fit better. Put your phone in it. Now you got your phone on this, and guess what? The best part, well, that's not the right angle. It articulates. Oh, that's better.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm doing a night shot. That's great. Oh, wait. It needs to be up that way. That's better.
Oh, I like
Oh, you know what? I want to do a portrait. Great, no problem. It'll hold it for a portrait. I want to lean it back a little bit or forward a little bit. No problem. Well, I want to lean it back more. Then take it out and flip it around.
This is way better
Now,
than I
you can do
thought.
as much as you want.
But wait, there's more.
I was blown away. So if you're doing time lapse, if you're doing anything with your phone, this is the gadget for me, the gadget of the year.
Yeah.
All right. When you're done, back in your wallet.
Oh,
That's it.
2 seconds to set it up.
man,
It's
was
ready to go.
somebody thinking? What is it called, Terry?
Pocket Tripod Pro.
Yeah.
Pocket Tripod Pro. How expensive is it? Because you mentioned the expensiveness of it.
Yeah,
So,
it's like
When I saw it, I was like,
well,
that looks like that shouldn't cost what it costs
yeah.
or what they're charging. It was like $30.
It was $31. Yeah.
But you know what
Yeah,
I like, Terry?
but then
It's 30
I
bucks
got
and you
it,
don't
and I
believe
was
in it and you
like-
go, I'm going to buy it anyway. I'm
Well,
skeptical, but what do I
like said,
care?
I took the chance. I was like, it's $30. I'm like, that seems like a lot for a little piece of plastic, but it's yeah, it was worth every penny and more. So I just put the-
I'm with you, Terry, because they must, whoever their social media person is, they must target the right gearheads, because I got the same targeting, I got the same suckering, but then I'm a believer. Because I mean, that's the thing is, I have that's the one that I was telling you last week that I said I skipped over this because Scott said, well, Terry has a little tripod thing for your iPhone, and I'm like, I bet I know what it is, because this is a thing that I love too.
That's the first time I've seen it, though, and I'm going to get one right now.
This is like
I'm so getting one.
Because that's the thing with your iPhone is like, it's that having a tripod with you all the time, because usually when I'm traveling, that's what I'll do is I'll put like that, like Terry had, I'll have like the attachment to a little tripod or something, and then I've got to have all those things in my pocket. Like, this is just like one little thing that you're carrying around and done.
Yeah, when Erik goes out shooting, he looks like a commando. He's got all this stuff hanging off him. And
I don't really want to,
Well,
though.
And usually when you're with your phone, and back in the day when you could be in groups, like everyone wants to take a group shot, and you got to get someone to hold your phone and take the shot.
Nope.
When we get back to being in groups again, out of your wallet, put it on something, take the shot, even remote control it. By the way, with Apple Watch has the camera app on the watch to fire the trigger or fire the shutter.
Yep.
All right.
So, favorite gadget of 2020.
Now, Terry, you know that mic you're talking into? You can drop it now.
I can drop it?
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic,
All right.
walk away.
I'm not going to drop the mic like the tripod. This costs more.
He's like, I'm not going to drop that mic. It's expensive.
I like the way it took that Archon, though, and just tossed it like it's trash. Like,
He's like, I don't need this anymore. I got this little pocket
Carpeted
tripod.
floor, and I tossed it very gently.
carpeted
Yeah, I still love
floor. Come on, Terry. No, we know you've got hardwood floors. There they are. All right, that's cool. All right, well, Terry, you got anything else, or we're going to roll on?
Roll on. I might have something.
All right, can you just hang out, though? Just hang out, because we're only got
hang out.
2 more minutes, so just hang out and
Yeah.
just, like, be our
Oh,
buddy.
well, then, yeah, if it's
Just
only 2 more minutes, then
just be our buddy. Just hang out. All right, I got one for you. I got a good one.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a book that I talked about in my holiday gear guide in Photoshop User Magazine, and it is really, it's a coffee table book. It is not a learn photography. It's called Uncommon Grit. It is a photographic journey through Navy SEAL training. But the guy that did it is a retired Navy SEAL, but now he's a professional photographer, but he was a Navy SEAL. He's retired, and he got access and stuff. You cannot believe how great the photography is in this book. So if you have someone who you know, just loves our military, loves great photography, thinks Navy SEALs are as cool as we all do, I'm telling you, this book, I was surprised at how fantastic. Because I've seen a lot of training pictures. I've seen pictures from photographers who are embedded with all of the forces, but this guy is an artist. So his pictures are that next level stuff. You can get the hardcover, and it's like a coffee table book. You can get the hardcover for $37.53. That's really a pretty good price for that kind of book.
That
It
would be a
seems
great
like
gift for somebody who's like into photography, but
Wouldn't it?
definitely into that military photography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
really phenomenally well. I mean, I looked at it and I'm like, doggone, this guy really, he put some time, but it's not just the time he put into it, it's really great. Hey, we need to take a short one, but when we come back, we are going to I'm going to throw you to the official trailer for something that we just announced and is taken off like wildfire. We're doing a travel photography conference in January, but you can get your tickets to it now. It is the fastest booking thing we've done in our online virtual conferences, and this is conference number 5, number 6?
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5. So it's the fastest filling up one. You're going to want to get in on it, but we're going to show you the trailer. It's just a minute or so. No, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. But don't go away. Watch it intently. Lean forward a little bit, and we'll be back with you in just a minute because we got a couple more things that we're going to wrap up here on the gear guide. So don't go away. Terry's standing by, and you know Terry's digging up something. You know he is. You know he's digging up something. So stick.
I am. Oh no! What am I going to get?
I don't know, something.
What's in my drawer? Something's here.
I got a couple
There's
things.
always something here.
Oh, Eric's got some too. More gear guide stuff when we come back. Don't go away.
Close your eyes and picture a faraway place you've never been. What city or country comes to mind? Paris? Venice? The Grand Canyon? Maybe it's Morocco, Rio, New York, or Hawaii. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Can you picture the delicious food there? What the people are wearing? Picture their smiles, the architecture, the museums. Don't forget the busy shopping streets and charming cafes. You can almost smell the delicious coffee and fresh baked bread. Vivid images like this can be more than just in your mind. They can be in your hands. That's why we love looking at travel photography and being able to capture travel images that are so captivating that they make people long to go there themselves, right there. That's truly a gift. When you create photos like these, you've inspired the viewer to seek out these new horizons, to have these wonderful experiences for themselves, and see these remarkable places in person. Creating beautiful travel images isn't luck. It's camera technique, it's creative expression, it's light and composition. And it's what you do after, in fact, in post-processing, that it all comes together to create simply unforgettable photographs. This January, you'll have an opportunity to learn for yourself exactly how it's all done, all online, where for 2 days, in 2 training tracks, you can totally immerse yourself in learning exactly how to create travel images that inspire, move, and impress. These photography masters will be sharing their latest techniques, their hard-earned secrets, and their post-processing wizardry during an event that will change the way you create travel images forever. All presented online, affordable and accessible. And it's for everyone who loves to travel and dreams of returning home with stunning images that capture the essence of their journey. This is the Travel Photography Conference, coming January 20th and 21. Your tour to making better travel images is about to take off.
For over 20 years, leading software developer Boris FX has made its mark on the film and television industry. Now, for the first time, our Academy and Emmy Award-winning visual effects tools are available for photographers. Welcome to Optics. Optics is a collection of 160 filters for Photoshop and Lightroom. Simply apply the effect and launch the interface. Optics features thousands of customizable and creative presets for photo editing and effects layering. The top tools include lens flares for cinematic looks, realistic night skies with star fields and moon generator, add lightning with on-screen interactive control. The Easy Mask tool creates masks with just a few clicks. Optics is available now as a plugin for Photoshop and Lightroom and includes the standalone application for macOS and Windows. Get Optics now for 15% off. Visit borisfx.com, add Optics to your cart, and apply coupon code KELBY15.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hey, we're back. Scott's here, and we got Terry White. Terry, T-Bone White on the line with us. So, Terry, you found the discs for that stand?
I did. So I failed to bring in the case that it came in. So this is what it ships in, which again, very nice packaging. But when I opened it, I wasn't expecting to see all this. So first of all, you open it and you get a sizing chart for your phone in your case. So this little thing you take and you stick your phone in it until you find the size that fits. Then it's all numbered. So let's say yours is a 7 or an 8 or a 9 or whatever. And then you get the articulating discs based on that number.
Wow.
And there's a coupon code that if you don't have the right one, they'll send you the right one. So again, very good job for something that I originally thought was cost a little much, but for what you get, it's actually worth it. And that's what it looks like actually in the packaging. Now, and some people brought this up in the actual Kelby One site while watching this live. And I did the same deal. If you buy, you can buy 1, you can buy 2, but if you buy 3, you get the 4th one free. And I think that's what I did, knowing that I would want 1 and want to give away 1 or 2. So that's exactly what I did.
Wow, very nice. All right, very good. So Erik, I think has dug up some stuff. What do you got, Erik?
Well, I got one thing that I think will definitely come in handy. Obviously, I'm more of like that outdoor nighttime landscape photographer, and this is something for those people that you've gone out into the gone outside, you're letting your camera run time lapses or doing longer exposure, or you're just out in the wild for a little while,
running from gators, and you see your lens kind of dew up or fog up, or right now frost up. We're starting to get that time where I've had a lot of people contacting me like, hey, what do I do? I was taking pictures of the moon and then suddenly my camera just frosts up. Well, we need to do something to manage that. And one of the things that I love to do to manage that is actually get a dew heater strip. So they're really inexpensive. This one is a pretty good one for $20, But basically what it is it plugs in. We all have these USB chargers for our phones and stuff like that. It just plugs into a USB charger and puts out a little bit of heat on the front of your lens to keep the lens hot, so it doesn't build up that frost or that moisture. And I'm telling you, this has saved tons of shoots. Now, if you're one of those people that you're like, I just don't, because the one drawback to these is you have to power them. So you have to have some kind of power device, so you've got to add a power. Another thing to consider just getting is pretty good set of hot hands. You could see actually, because I use these for rocket photography all the time, you see I've spent a lot of money on hot hands. Ooh, buying some hot hands.
But you just buy some hot hands and then you just basically rubber band them to the front of your lens. That will run all night if you're out there doing stuff, or even during the day.
Right, but you don't put it over the front of your lens, do you, Erik?
No, like that. Like you saw the dew strip here. So you're just putting it right here. You're putting it over the front of your lens, wrapping it around the front of your lens then.
Right.
So, and all that's doing is just producing a little bit of heat so you don't get that fog or that mist or that dew or right now frost. Bunch of frost. Yeah, which we had tons of frost in Florida this morning. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, did you do any shout outs today? Did you say hi to our folks?
We did not do any shout outs today.
Let's do some. We got people from all over.
Yeah, we do. We got Nicole joining us from Clearwater. We got Glenn from a snowy Calgary. There you go. And then Ramona from Maryland. Steve all the way from Prescott, Arizona.
Hi, Steve.
Got Reed from Winnipeg. Carla joining us. Lenworth joining us over there.
Lenworth.
Yep. And Deb.
That guy's great.
Becky from Goodyear, Arizona. And we even have international. We've got Waldek Chadnitsky from Poland.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one.
Yeah.
Now, I may have talked about it last week, but I'm going to talk about it again because I feel so strongly about it. You know what? I have such an attachment to all of the times that someone has given me a print. Just either during the year as like a thank you or for the holidays. I've got prints from Moose Peterson. I got prints from Joe McNally. I've got prints You know who sent me Daniel Gregory sent me the nicest print. And I wished I'd kept the card because he wrote something so beautiful about, and he was sending it as a thank you. And he said, as a photographer, this is what we do. We're giving of the thing that we love. We're sharing it with you. And I was like, I'm reading the card. I'm like in tears. And it was a beautiful black and white print. Melanie Kern Favilla gave me a beautiful print. I've bought prints. Guys, you probably have a photo that you could make a print of and give as a gift that would have so much more impact than getting somebody a gift card or something like that. When you give somebody a print, it's such a very personal thing. Number one, it has value. It has real value. But so you could give them a gift card to MPix or Bayphoto, and they could get one of their prints. But if you give them one of your prints, so you go through the trouble. Now, here's the cool thing. I believe both Bayphoto, I know MPix does, and I think Bayphoto does as well. What you can do is go and don't get them an 8x10. Please do not buy somebody, and don't even get it if you're going to get an 8x10. Get at least a 16 by 24, which would be a better size for digital than a 16 by 20, which is a classic old school size. So get like a 16 by 25 or larger, 17 by 22 or something. Put a nice border, like take a look at what I got on screen here, something like that. Put a nice border around it. Now, when you get a big one like that, they ship it in a flat box. But here's the thing. Not only do they ship it in a flat box, but you can ask for them to ship it in a box without saying it comes from MPix or it comes from Bayphoto. There's a checkbox to send it in you'll see what the name of it is, but it's like a blind box. So they won't know what it is. They won't know who it's from. They won't know it came from a photo lab. But guys, you'll be surprised at how inexpensive they are. Now, if you go on to framing is expensive. So I'm going to give you the thing in between that is not expensive. When you're ordering your print and you're going to check out, you'll have options of framing and glass and all. But what I do is I get a double weight mat board. Now, I try to get it in black. So that way they can literally lean it against a wall, put it someplace and just set it there. They don't have to hang it, but if they want to hang it, it's all ready to go. They look so good and they look so slick. I was supposed to think if we have one laying around here that I could show you what they look like. I've got some in the other room, but I have to go dig it up. But they're very, very nice. And get a big one. Get it on a double weight mat board. So it's not flimsy and it's hard and it's ready to hang without having to go through all that money. And they're surprised. I'm going to say it's going to add $20 to your order, somewhere in that area. 16 to 20 bucks, something like that, to have that double weight mat board. And it's sealed right to the board. It's perfectly flat. It's not going to wrinkle or anything. You are going to love it. You can also, if the print that you're going to give them is a landscape or a car or a motorcycle or a sports shot like I was showing or something, you can get it printed on metallic paper. So not actually on metal, but on a metallic paper, and that can look really nice as well. So that's something when you give it. It's a very personal gift. It's really nicely done. And what I do is I put a digital signature if you want to give it to somebody. Just scan your signature or write your signature in Photoshop, attach it to the thingamabob. Is that the word? Attach it to the corner, date it, and even write, you can even write a little note or something. And you can also write on the back of the print as well. There's a checkbox where you can, give some specs or, happy holidays or whatever. But anyway, I really give that some thought because you could order it right now. I know MPix has a thing where if you get it to them by 11 in the morning, you have it the next day. So get it there by 11 in the morning, Central Time?
Yeah, I think they're Central Time. Yeah.
They're Central Time, 11 a.m. Central Time. They'll have it the next day. So you have plenty of time to do it. And literally, guys, it's a drag and drop thing. And the companies I would recommend are Bayphoto. So it's Bayphoto Labs. You can go to bayphotolabs.com or just bayphoto.com, or MPix, M-P-I-X. I've used them both extensively. Their work is great. Their customer service is great. And just send it off. And they'll get this box, and they'll be like, what the heck is this? And what you tell them is, can't open it till Christmas. They won't know it's from MPix. Check the little box that says they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And even if they figured it out, it's a print. They don't know which print. They are going to love it. That is going to be a gift that they're going to remember forever. Way past whatever they buy with a gift card or something silly like that.
There you go.
All right, Terry, you got any last words for us? Any last scoops or anything?
I do. And so all the stuff I said, hands down, companies don't know me. I don't know them, not sponsored. But this company I am sponsored by, I actually work for. So Adobe. One of the things that we take for granted, and especially if you have a photographer on your gift list, and we talk about plugins and all that kind of stuff, and that's cool. But most photographers I know are using Lightroom or the photography plan or Photoshop or whatever. And you can buy a year worth of Creative Cloud. You can buy the photography plan, pay for it a year up front, and actually save a few bucks because when you buy it a year at a time, it's usually like 20 bucks or so cheaper. So you could go to B&H, Amazon, wherever you like to shop, and just find, search for Creative Cloud and buy them the plan they're on and extend their plan for a year. I know if I were paying for it, if I didn't work for the company, I would appreciate that gift because you basically just saved me a year's worth of my favorite software. Along the same lines, just more of a public service announcement, if you are using Photoshop and Lightroom, we just came out with the December updates yesterday, and they include updates to Photoshop and Lightroom and Camera Raw. More importantly, if you're on a Nikon Z6 II Mark II or Z7 Mark II, those RAW files are now supported. But what I'm more anxious about is that if you're on an iPhone 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, 12 Mini, these will all shoot in Apple's new Pro RAW. I think the update's due out by no later than Monday, where you'll get the 14.3 iOS update, and that will turn on the Pro RAW on your camera, and Lightroom already supports that. So you're already ready to go. Just do your update. As soon as that update comes out that enables it on your phone, those RAW files will work in Lightroom.
Great. Thank you, Terry. That was great. Both of those. Getting the Adobe plan for somebody that doesn't have it is a phenomenal gift.
Yeah, if we switch to my computer just for a second, or my screen, full screen, there we go. So that's it on B&H. You can pay $120 and give that as a gift and give that person their photography plan for a year.
Lovely, Terry. Lovely. All right, it was worth having you wait. That was great. So you can't go yet, Terry, because we'd have an empty screen.
Okay.
And we've never been able to figure out how to go to two screens.
And then we got a good comment over here we got a good comment from Keith Penn over here. He's saying that the best Xmas gift is a Pro Kelby One membership.
Keith, you're my hero.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much, Keith. That was very, very kind of you. Go to kelby1.com. We would love to have you as a member in 2021. We got a lot of cool classes coming up. Hey, I'm doing one tomorrow, right? I'm taping one tomorrow. Is that right? Tomorrow?
Maybe.
I'm doing a class.
Scott tomorrow. We're filming a class with Scott tomorrow.
We are filming a class.
We are filming.
Yes, we are filming. So we better because I've been working on it for days. So I am taping a class tomorrow, entirely on one topic: Lightroom importing. So not organizing your photos. I've got a great class on that. My Slim system, my simplified Lightroom image management system. This is on the importing process and the importing window. You'll be surprised at how much you can do there. And if you ever thought, I know this thing does a lot of stuff, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing and all, I got you. And that's what I'm filming tomorrow. So that'll be out on Kelby One very soon. It's an entire class on importing. It'll be about an hour. But again, you can skip the stuff that you already know and just go right to the lessons that you want. Dude, I got good stuff in there. It's going to be, it doesn't sound like an exciting class, but we're going to make it exciting because I'm going to use inappropriate images. And I think that'll make
that always takes it up a notch.
Yeah, I think, make it odd and weird and just fun.
It'll just be awkward as you watch it.
Yeah, you'll feel uncomfortable as I will. So I got a bunch of those type of photos. So anyway, what else? We got lots of, wait a minute. Larry Becker sliding in the last minute with what could be
the best gift.
Could be the best gift of the year. The Tiny Terry t-shirt. You can go to Zazzle to get the Tiny Terry t-shirt, and all of the money from Tiny Terry's t-shirts go to the Springs of Hope Orphanage in Nakuru, Kenya. So all the profits go to the orphanage, and then it's Tiny Terry.
All right, go order those shirts. It's for a good cause.
Because Terry's like, if it's not for a good cause, someone there is going to die.
Yeah, it's for a good cause.
So, and by the way, if you don't know what Tiny Terry is, that is when, if you're watching Terry, like Terry was at teaching in one of our conferences. He's taught in a number of our conferences. We do a Q&A at the end, and Terry goes to show something. And Terry goes from full screen into the left corner of his screen, like really
kind
tiny.
of like you just did when he was bringing up the website. With
Yeah. Can you do a Tiny Terry? Show us what a Tiny Terry is.
I can.
Can you pull a Tiny Terry?
1 second. I'm going to answer a question. While I'm doing that, I saw a question in the chat. Well, give me 1 second. I'll go to Tiny Terry.
Okay.
Keep talking.
All right. So anyway, so he did this, and somebody in the chat wrote, "Hey, it's Tiny Terry," and then everybody started going crazy about Tiny Terry. All right, here's Tiny Terry. There he is. There's Tiny Terry.
All right. So, person that asked that question in the chat about which Young Newell flash was it? It was the YN560 Mark III or version 3, whatever that is. Let me grab a link, and I'll paste that in the chat.
There we go.
And here we go.
Boom.
Done.
Hang on. Here's I got a picture of the Tiny Terry here.
Oh, wait, you guys are looking at crappy Tiny Terry. Hang on, go back. Wait a minute, that's not good. That looks horrible. Let's fix that.
You got a
can't
better?
have the image quality look like that, yeah.
That's the Tiny Terry shirt.
1 second. No, the Tiny Terry part is cool, but the resolution on that screen doesn't look right. Hang on, let me make sure it is. I think it is. Okay, it is. Sorry, I was looking at something else. It looked really bad for a second, but no, that's right. Okay, sorry, continue.
All right.
All right, so that's the Tiny Terry shirt. You can find it over on Zazzle. It's Tiny Terry t-shirt. All right, we've got winners for a bunch of prizes. What do we got, Mr. K?
Yeah, we got a bunch of winners. So the Leiter lights are going to Stephen Bertkich. We have Photo Doc is winning the goosenecks. And then Gary G has got the Boris Effect optics coming. And then Rex Schofield is going to win Kaylee's Dogphotography book. Then Cheryl Holovec.
Cheryl H. is going to win.
Cheryl H. has won Slick Pick account. And then Joe Landwell has won, from Wichita, Kansas, has won Scott's book. So there you go.
Congratulations, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Look, you got some holiday gifts now that you can either keep or just give to somebody else.
There you go.
All right.
Or sell them on eBay.
Well, folks, it's that time of the show where we have to say so long.
Speaking of eBay, do you have your thing up on eBay yet?
I don't. I'm selling my... I don't. I need to do that.
That's a good gear guide thing right there.
I know. I'm going to be selling...
a Scott Kelby
for a good price my
camera.
My Canon R.
Yeah, and you'll even sign it for people if they want.
I'll sign it someplace that no one will see it. Like underneath and silver, so no one will see it. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be selling my EOS R. So if you want a 30 megapixel mirrorless, cool, awesome camera, I love that thing. There you go.
There you go.
All right, let's see what else. I think we're out of stuff. Terry, where can people go learn more about you?
They can go to terrywhite.com. That's where you can go learn about me. Links to my portfolio, links to my YouTube channel. It's all there. Social media, it's all there.
Where do you share your smart home stuff?
Smart home.
On terrywhite.com and mainly my YouTube channel. So, I'll be doing some reviews this weekend. As a matter of fact, I got some new gear I can't wait to show off.
Ooh, new gear. All right.
And if you're in the home automation, there's a brand new doorbell that just came out from Logitech, of all people. They make cameras, so it makes sense. And it's the first reasonably priced HomeKit secure video doorbell available in the United States.
And what, by reasonably priced, Terry?
Yeah, what's this reason?
What is this reasonable?
Okay, well, let me give you an example. The main one that was available before that was mainly, I guess you would call it a commercial version, because it was $600.
Yeah.
So this one's $200.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. So that's
it's
what
a
I mean by
lot for a
reasonable
doorbell,
price.
though, Terry. I mean,
It's not
doorbells
just
are
doorbell,
$6.
Camera,
You know?
it's doorbell. It's like uploads the video to the cloud, gives you notifications. It's more than just a doorbell.
Is it though?
It is.
Is it? It's a smart doorbell.
Very smart.
All right, let me think. I think it seems like there was something else coming up, but I can't think of what it is. We did talk about the travel
there's
photography.
a travel conference. Yeah, okay, good. You
And
got
Terry's
that?
going to be teaching there. Terry's one of the instructors. So is Erik. Erik's going to be doing some cool stuff. So
Look at
that's coming
that.
up. Register now. It's going to be awesome. We got some great instructors. Look how young Rick Salmon looks like. He looks like he's in a band. Right? It's like he's in Loverboy. Because that's how everybody in Loverboy looks. They look like Rick Salmon. They were going to change the name of the band to Rick Salmon Boy.
There you go.
Could have happened. Anyway.
Hey, and if you're into rockets, tune in. SpaceX might be launching their prototype today.
From Texas?
Tune in from Texas. I just got notification they're clearing the pad. So
Ooh, clearing the pad.
They're going to try.
That's the one that looks like the science fiction rocket?
Yeah, that's one that we're going backwards.
I think
we're
it's
going
cool,
backwards
though.
to go forwards.
It's
There you
cool,
go.
though.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Now, it's not just going to take off, though. Doesn't it do some other cool
so it's
stuff?
going to take off. It's going to go up to Apogee, so it's not going to. It's just an experiment, and then it's going to belly flop back down to Earth and actually guide its way back down and then land.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to see that.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
You know, I was reading about it. What they said was that whether it works or not, the main goal is not that it just works, but that they learn something from the test. It's a test.
Yeah.
So they said if it
NASA has
trashes,
their
it
planes,
explodes,
yeah.
we'll still learn stuff.
Yeah, they're going to have NASA planes up there monitoring the whole thing, all the instruments. It's really, this is the vehicle that's designed to go to the moon and Mars. So this is the vehicle that could take us to Mars.
But it
There you
looks
go.
like something from a 1950s, like space sci-fi movie.
Because
Right, yeah.
and because the old 1950s sci-fi movies were built more on physics, which we could not achieve at that time. Now we can achieve the physics of what the old school rockets really we couldn't achieve at that time.
Will Bugs Bunny be in that rocket?
Yeah, and then in Martin the Martian, is he going to meet us when we land?
He's going to meet you. Absolutely. If Bugs Bunny goes, he's meeting you. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We hope you're having a happy holiday. We're back next week, aren't we?
Yes, we're back next week.
Would you believe us?
And then we're going to be like chilling.
Yeah, then we're chilling.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to the wonderful Terry White. We super love you, and thank you
everyone.
again for sharing all your stuff. And we will catch you guys
that's awesome.
next week here on The Grid.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Would you
Take care,
believe us
everybody.
if we told you that you could fit studio lighting in your pocket? Well, Lytra has made it possible. Lytra is a global award-winning brand that designs and manufactures professional-grade camera lights that are compact, rugged, and waterproof. Whether you're using Lytra gear in a photo studio or underwater, Lytra's mission is to provide content creators with flexible and unlimited lighting tools that can mount on any camera, anywhere. Their lights come with a high CRI or color rendering index, making them some of the most color-accurate lights in the industry. Due to the light's compact and rugged design, photographers are able to use the lights in ways that their studio lighting never could. Lytra has also made multiple lighting accessories available to fit your every need as a creator. Whether you're shooting portraits, nailing a product shot, or even flying your drone, they have got you covered. Lytra enables photographers and filmmakers to focus on their craft and create something beautiful. What will you create?
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
Make sure you don't miss any episodes of The Grid by subscribing to Apple's podcast app or iTunes. It's free, and we even have a special audio-only version too. So sign up today.